The ringing cut through Jake's daydreams, pulling him abruptly back to reality. He was picturing a beach house, a sports car, and all the luxuries he had always dreamed of. All the trappings of wealth he was sure were just around the corner, waiting for him. "This trade is going to make me," he muttered, staring at the fluctuating numbers on his computer screen, his heart racing with anticipation. He answered the phone, expecting congratulations from a friend or perhaps good news from his broker. "Hello, is this Mr. Jake Miller?" a crisp voice inquired, cutting through his thoughts. "This is a courtesy call from your broker," the voice continued, professional and detached. "Your account has triggered a margin call." Jake's blood ran cold, his mind racing to understand the implications. Margin call? He had barely grasped the concept when he opened his account, thinking it was just a formality. "What does that mean?" he stammered, the images of luxury dissolving like mirages in the harsh light of reality. "It means your account balance is insufficient to cover potential losses," the voice continued, devoid of emotion, as if reading from a script. "We require you to deposit additional funds immediately to keep your position open," the broker explained, leaving no room for negotiation. Jake could only manage a strangled "but" before the line went dead, leaving him in stunned silence. His heart pounded in his chest, a frantic rhythm against the silence of his small apartment, amplifying his sense of dread. Jake stared at the trading chart in disbelief, the colorful lines now mocking his naivete and misplaced confidence. He had been so sure, so blinded by the allure of quick profits, that he had ignored the fundamental rules of trading, rules that now seemed painfully clear. Now his dream life was fading, replaced by the harsh reality of a margin call and a dwindling bank account, a stark reminder of the risks he had underestimated. Jake was a young man with big dreams and an even bigger ambition when he discovered the world of Forex trading, a realm that promised untold riches and financial freedom. Lured by online stories of overnight millionaires, he dove headfirst into the world of currency pairs and leverage, his head swimming with visions of a life free from the daily grind. The allure of quick money was too strong to resist. He devoured every YouTube video and free online course he could find, convinced he had stumbled upon the secret to effortless wealth. Each video seemed to promise a shortcut to success. Driven by impatience and fueled by a potent cocktail of youth and ambition, Jake decided to skip the demo account phase. He felt ready to conquer the market. Why waste time with fake money when real fortunes were waiting to be made? The thrill of real trading was calling him. Ignoring the advice of seasoned traders who emphasized caution and patience, Jake poured his entire savings into a live trading account. He was all in, with no safety net. He told himself it was a sign of confidence, a testament to his belief in his abilities. He was sure he could beat the odds. In reality, it was a reckless gamble fueled by a dangerous combination of inexperience and overconfidence. The stakes were high, and he was unprepared. He was a general leading troops into battle without a map, a gambler pushing all his chips to the center of the table, his eyes blinded by the dazzling possibility of winning big. The excitement was palpable, but so was the risk. The Forex market, however, is a harsh mistress. It can turn on you in an instant. It rewards patience, discipline, and a deep understanding of its intricate workings. Only those who respect its complexity can hope to succeed. It punishes recklessness, greed, and ignorance with ruthless efficiency. Mistakes are costly, and the market shows no mercy. And Jake was about to receive a crash course in the unforgiving nature of the market. His journey was just beginning, and the lessons would be hard-earned. Jake's trading strategy, if it could even be called that, revolved around a simple, dangerous premise: high leverage and gut feeling. He believed that his instincts were sharper than any algorithm or seasoned trader's advice. He scoffed at the concepts of risk management and stop-loss orders, viewing them as unnecessary burdens on his path to riches. To him, these were just obstacles that slowed down his journey to financial freedom. "I'll know when to get out," he'd tell himself, convinced of his ability to predict the market's every move. His confidence was unshakable, almost to the point of arrogance. His recent trade was a prime example of his reckless approach. It was a high-stakes gamble that he believed would pay off handsomely. He had put a significant portion of his savings into a single trade, enticed by a news report that hinted at a potential currency surge. The allure of quick profits clouded his judgment. Without conducting proper research or considering the inherent volatility of the market, Jake went all in, his finger hovering over the buy button. He was driven by a mix of excitement and impatience. The initial hours were exhilarating. The adrenaline rush was unlike anything he had ever experienced. The market moved in his favor, and his account balance swelled, feeding his confidence and validating his risky decision. He felt invincible, as if he had cracked the code to endless wealth. He imagined the money he would make, the life he would build, all thanks to his shrewd trading skills. Visions of luxury cars and exotic vacations filled his mind, but the market, like a fickle beast, had other plans. It was as unpredictable as ever. The currency pair he had bet on reversed its course with a vengeance. The sudden shift was brutal and unforgiving. What started as a minor dip quickly escalated into a full-blown downward spiral. Panic set in as he watched the numbers plummet. Jake watched in horror as his profits evaporated, his initial excitement replaced by a growing sense of dread. The reality of his situation hit him like a ton of bricks. By the time he received the margin call, his account had already been decimated. His dreams of quick riches had turned into a nightmare of financial ruin. The weeks following the margin call were the darkest of Jake's life. The weight of his loss, both financial and emotional, pressed down on him, a constant reminder of his recklessness. The dream of easy riches had morphed into a nightmare of debt and regret. The once inspiring trading charts now mocked him, each fluctuation a symbol of his failure. Forced to move back in with his parents, Jake took on a series of odd jobs to make ends meet. He delivered food, stocked shelves at the local grocery store, and even walked dogs. Each task a humbling reminder of the financial security he had so carelessly gambled away. There were days when despair threatened to consume him, when the shame of his failure felt insurmountable. He had let down his family, his friends, and most importantly himself. But as the initial shock subsided, a new resolve began to take root within him. Jake realized that his biggest mistake wasn't the trade itself, but the recklessness and arrogance that had led him to make it. He had treated the market like a casino, a place to get rich quick instead of the complex and demanding arena it truly is. He had confused luck with skill, and the market had taught him a brutal lesson.